Support your Hobbit hobby.
Welcome, Strategy Battle Gamers, to another week's Speak, Friend and Question. You're here with GBHL James.
GBHL Jamie. And we've got loads of comments this week.
We've got loads, absolutely tons. Thank you very much for getting involved with our participation rule. It's working really well.
So if you comment and we answer your question, you've got to ask another one this week. And make sure you get your questions in before midnight on Wednesday.
So we've got pages and pages. Look how organised we are today. And we were up early this morning for these guys.
Up extra early.
Up extra early. So we're going to smash on with this, and we're going to aim to have this Q&A done less than an hour.
Yeah,
that's our goal. We've got lots of content that we want to film today.
We have. So let's get into it. First question is from Brandon Cooper. He says, "Thanks again for answering my question every week, guys. You two inspired me to get back into the hobby after 2 to 3 years. My question is, will you be putting up showcases of your armies? Thanks."
I think that's a good idea.
You could do.
If anything, just to fill up content during the week. Just film our armies and talk why we've got them. It's not a bad idea, to be fair. Obviously, I would love the opportunity to showcase my Rohan army.
Yeah, of course. Any chance.
Any chance.
Okay.
So we'll do that, Brandon.
Next question is Lycan Up in Smoke 3.
That's a good name.
Just found your videos on Mini Wargaming. I'm really enjoying them. Thanks.
That's brilliant. Now remember, we are partners of Mini Wargaming. That means that we do upload some of our content onto their site. That's mainly my job.
Yeah. You're the vault member.
Yeah. So do I run? I run the Twitter, the Mini Wargaming.
We have a Twitter. This is
We
news
do.
to me.
We have a Twitter. I run the email. Mostly, mind you, can you access it?
I still can't access it.
That's weird.
You have to send me the
I'm
password.
not giving them the real password.
So I'll do all this work, but I keep it that way.
Basically, I withhold all of his fan mail, so he doesn't think he gets any. Yeah. In fact, this is a perfect opportunity, and I'm editing this one, so I'll be able to put the image up, which I'll have to do now, which you...
After last week's failure.
Yeah.
I'm a very lazy editor for the Q&As, because I just go, right, so we start talking here, and we finish talking here, so if I just upload this, yeah, that's good.
So there were plenty of occasions in last week's Q&A where I was like, okay, so Jamie's going to put up a picture now. There's nothing there. There was nothing there. So this is
tumbleweed.
Yeah. That's right. Well, that's your editing. This is a perfect opportunity for this week's The Scouring of YouTube. The Scouring of YouTube. That's right, this week's The Scouring of YouTube. Last week, we were going on to the Element Games UK basing video.
Yeah, they're 101.
Because they are our channel sponsors. And thank you to everybody who's been purchasing from Element Games and supporting your Hobbit hobby. Because remember, if you make your purchases through Element Games, that helps us get more miniatures for the channel. Yeah. This week, we are going to send a message to our Mini Wargaming partners. I'm going to put a link up to a video, and I want you guys, our first day subscribers, to click on that link to the video and comment, and I want you to put something which tells Mini Wargaming that you are thankful for them partnering with us, that you wish that they would cover the Hobbit hobby. However, because they don't,
that's our corner.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. So I'm going to put the link up now, and remember, you guys are going to get on there. And what I'll do next week is I'll do a roll call. We're not going to do that today because we've got loads of content we want to smash on with, loads. But that is this week's Scouring of YouTube. The Scouring of YouTube. Get on it, team. Next question.
Okay, next question is from Matt Hill. Hey guys, my question to you is, how exactly do you use Great Eagles to their maximum potential, as I'm still learning? Cheers, smiley face. Just want to say, I love this channel, it's amazing, keep it going, and I hope it never stops.
Well, one day it'll stop because we'll die. But...
Well, you might, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
No. We wish for more. No, we'll keep going as long as you guys keep supporting us. Remember, a really great way of supporting us is, to come to our tournaments that we're organising, and we want to do those for years and years to come, and to, help out sponsors. So to, order things from Shadow and Flame and also from Element Games, and that's going to help us keep going.
Yep. So
in terms of using Great Eagles,
you may use this.
Well, I found the problem with them is the lack of sort of knockdown. They're not a monstrous cavalry. But they're good speeds. They work quite well if you've got quite a manoeuvrable army. So they keep up with like my Rohan. Rohan. What I find is the high fight coupled with another hero is really helpful. So if you have them out on their own, just like most things, they can get overwhelmed, surrounded
really easily.
And they've only got 2 wounds, and I've seen a few times
just one turn. Eagles
one turn, they've gone. So the best way actually is to maybe keep them near a hero.
Yeah.
And lend their fight to that hero. Because it's fight 7?
Fight 7, yeah. Gwahir is the bonus there. We have fight 8 and defence 8.
But he's only 1 might, 1 fate.
1 might is awful for Gwahir, Lord of the Eagles. Shocking.
Yeah, it's not the most competitive thing, but I would say try and couple it with heroes.
Couple it with a hero and use your range to pick your fights, basically, I'd say.
Yeah, don't just throw them in there on their own just because they're fast, because they will get...
Make full use of terrain as well. Make sure you shield them behind terrain from shooting, because you don't want to lose early wounds for shooting. And, try hurling down the line, hit one guy, and hurl him.
Yeah, maybe keep them in reserve, because they can fly over units, maybe keep them in reserve, and then when your actual main line hits, get onto the flanks, or target heroes.
Target shamans and things who are going to be cowering behind the lines, use them as assassins, basically.
Assassins, yeah. That would probably be the best way to use eagles, and you might see some all-eagle lists from me soon.
Yeah. Next question from Danny Parker, 11003. Hello, I'm new to the Hobbit strategy battle game.
Welcome!
Welcome. Your video for beginners helped a lot, but I'm still unsure about the shooting and fight phase. Could you by chance explain this in one of your upcoming videos? All in all, thanks. Stay cool, guys.
You're always cool. Everybody be cool.
No, I'm not that cool.
You are cool. Don't put yourself down, Jamie. You are cool. Look at your beard. That is a cool beard.
I need to get rid of this thing. This always annoys me.
D'Artagnan.
Yeah.
Oh, on guard.
On guard.
Touché.
You foxy camembert.
Have you seen my attempt?
You what?
Can you make that out in a video? Hang on. Have I got a zoom? A zoom. Fluff. I need to shave. Yeah. I need to shave. Doesn't suit me. My
little soup catcher.
Soup catcher.
Tiny little thing.
Now that's quite a big question. Firstly, welcome to the hobby, and I hope that we can help you. Yeah. What are you unsure about in the shooting or fight phase? Because obviously it's quite a big question, really, isn't it? Yeah. What are you unsure about? We'll help you.
Lots can happen in the fight phase. The shoot phase, we could probably, if it was something very specific, we could answer it now. Yeah. The fight phase is really sort of scenario specific.
The shoot phase is effectively, if it's your turn priority, you shoot first. You look at the shoot value and you target what you want to target, and you roll the dice, and you've got to get above that shoot value.
See if you hit.
If you've moved, obviously it's -1 to that shoot value. See if you hit. If you've got any in the ways to roll, you roll the in the ways, of course.
Yeah.
See if you hit, then you compare the strength of the bow to the defence, and you look on your little to wound chart, and you roll that, and if you wound them, they die, and if you don't wound them, they don't die.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doing quite well there.
Yeah.
You disgust me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is that McDonald's?
And in terms of the fight phase is a bit more complicated, so give us
what you want to know about the fight phase.
Okay, I'll read them. This is why I've stolen the questions, so I can read them, because obviously I like the sound of my own voice. Jeremy Smith, you both look stoned, not constipated, for the first 10 seconds or so. Cancel the question? First of all, I do not condone that kind of behaviour.
What?
I'm covering your face for a reason. I do not condone that. Okay. I think he's referencing to my reference to Senecott.
Yes, he was. Well, I looked at that video again, and I had been up since 6 AM that day, did a full day's work, and then got dragged out to the middle of nowhere.
No! I've got to edit this, Jamie.
Got dragged out to the middle of nowhere in the soaking rain. That made me walk like 15 minutes just down some dark country road.
That was true.
And I got there.
I gave you amazing directions.
Yeah, go left when you get to the thing. Oh, okay, left. I'm at this pub. You've gone the wrong way.
Yeah.
You meant to go right. Thanks, James.
He ended up in like the kind of village town that's a fair way from where he needed to be. So yeah, you were tired and a little bit annoyed, but no, we were not stoned. Okay. After this, we got Jeremy Smith. Haven't given you a thumbs up on this one yet, boys. Why not? I suggest you now limit questions to 10, 1 per person. Well, that's a bit hypocritical because you made 2 comments, Jeremy Smith. 2 comments. 2! Video time limit of 30 minutes, and when speaking of terrain or a model, then show it in hand, edit a picture onto the screen. Now on with the show. Can I respond to Jeremy? Really appreciate your feedback, buddy. In terms of a video time limit of 30 minutes, one of the things about the positive things about the Q&A is the fact that because it's long, people really get a lot of painting done to it. So it's not supposed to be like a short, snappy...
Yeah, that's all our back reps for and announcements.
In terms of editing in things like images, it takes more time. And the idea of the Q&A is that we kind of film it, and there is as long as Jamie's not been swearing, there's as little editing to it as possible. Otherwise it takes forever. So that is why we do it the way that we do. But if you look at the back reps or the how-tos and stuff like that, there's a lot more editing involved in those. The Q&A is not supposed to be that. So I hope that answers your query. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
That's because I'm right.
So Kurt Leach 3, hey guys, really great video, and James, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you too, James.
It's the beard, isn't it? It's the lack of beard.
My question is, I'm going to include 10 or 12 Uruk-hai with crossbow, and I'm wondering if I could put a shield on a Corsair or a Blester so that the Uruk-hai gets the passive special rule. This has actually been answered by Mavs Fanatic. Mavs Fanatic says, no, you can't take a special piece of equipment for a model that does not have the option in the profile. And that is correct. So you can't take, sort of, I don't know, a Wood Elf spear on a Gondorian warrior.
Yeah, Circle Shield and stuff like that.
It has to be what's in their profile list. So
you have to use their war gear.
Yeah.
So that answers the question. Mavs, what are you doing, pal? You should be sat on this sofa with us. That's James, isn't it, from Texas?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I remember all of you. I know all of you and where you live.
Next one is from Mark Johnson 3. Lots of people have 3s in the end of their name.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a quick question about the models from Lord of the Rings.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, it's 3 days ago.
I just glanced over. Yeah. Lots of people have 3s on the end. No. The comment was left 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get onto the next page, you'd be like, well, loads of people have got 2 on the end of the name. That's because it's 2 days ago, Jack. Oh dear. Go on, carry on with it. Go on, carry on with it.
Just tired away.
Yeah, alright. Hey, I have a quick question about the models from the Lord of the Rings range compared to the Hobbit models. Have the models from the Hobbit range been scaled down in size?
They're scaled up.
Scaled up, bigger?
They're bigger. You saw as a Thorin compared to like a warrior in Minas Tirith, he's bigger.
Yeah, to be fair, if you look at sort of some of the original warriors in Minas Tirith and Numenor...
Yeah, Numenor are tiny.
They're tiny compared to sort of...
Even the Wood Elf warriors, if you look at their head compared to sort of, Thorin's head is huge in comparison.
Yeah, I would say if anything, everything's got bigger. That tends to happen quite a lot in various war games.
With the bigger sort of sculpts, with the bigger sculpts, you gain the scope to model in a lot more detail. And Games Workshop are all about having the most beautiful models. So if you can get more detail in your model, then why not? Yeah,
definitely. Okay, so I guess you've done it like this. Here we go. So the next question is from Firefox 1066-3.
No.
Oh.
1066.
1066. Okay. Hey guys, I'm new to the hobby and your videos helped inspire me to get started. That is fantastic news. Brilliant. Welcome to the hobby. My first set was an old Mines of Moria box, and now I'm working on painting up Thorin's company. I don't really have anyone to play with, but painting the minis is very relaxing. I'm curious, which of your paint jobs are each of you most proud of?
For me, it's either going to be my entire fellowship or Thranduil. They're probably my favourites.
Yeah, I think your Thorin's company you've done very well, by the way.
Oh yeah, Thorin's, yeah.
I think your Thorin's company is very good. I think they're some of the best models that I've seen. But yours. For myself, I was really proud when I painted Aoma. The Aoma, I was really proud of that. And how the Sons of Ael turned out, especially after I based
You got a lot of comments about your your Rivendell force.
Yeah, lots of people are really pleased. But I really like the paint scheme.
I say the paint scheme is different, isn't it? It's like you not get that gold and blue, you've got the silver. Which
I got silver and red, yeah. Well, silver and kind of dark red, sort of scarlety kind of colour. Which I think the scheme works really well. I don't think it's my best painted models though. Especially because I kind of highlighted them a bit lazily. I didn't sort of gradually go up. I literally just dry brushed Ushabti bone.
Yeah.
Which is obviously not the correct way of doing it, but they look okay. But I think Aoma is my most proud, one I'm most proud of. Okay, next up we've got Zach Elkins. Hey guys, love the vids. I'm a new player to SBG. There's a theme in this week's Q&A. We're welcoming lots of new players, so welcome to the community. Hope to see you at a tournament soon. April. I'm a new player to SBG, but I've been collecting and painting the models for years. Any advice you could give me as a new player? Come to the tournaments.
Yeah,
if you're around.
Come to tournaments, meet up with the community. It's the best way. I mean, you're going to learn most by playing games. We can only tell you so much before you have to sort of just play the game basically. Best way to do that is if you've not got local players in your area to come to the tournaments, meet us.
Yeah, whereabouts do you live, Zach? Let us know, and maybe we'll be able to direct you in the direction of
People nearby.
People who play. Another way, if you've not got any Lord of the Rings players, there seems to be some wargamers in every area, so maybe go down and introduce, or be willing to play somebody else's war games, so maybe if they're into Warhammer or Warhammer 40k or X-Wing, and maybe lend them... Malifaux, there's lots of them out there. Maybe ask them to teach you their system and lend them some of your models so that you can play your system. That's usually a good way. And point them in the direction of the beginner's back rep. That's a good thing to do. Next up, Joe Gamer Dude, 84.
Yep. Thanks for the answers, good fun to watch as always. Have you guys ever seen any crazy or strange paint jobs for an SBG army? Like a Gondor army all done with pink armour or something? Or are most people more traditional with their army, staying closer to the setting with how their troops and heroes look? I know some people go nuts with their armies and paint jobs in some games, 40k especially. I have seen a full purple Rivendell army.
Really?
Really, yeah. Someone took it, they also had a purple eagle with them.
A purple eagle?
Purple eagle. The entire force was pink and purple, including the eagle.
I think you see it as much with Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings isn't that kind of fantasy, is it? Really?
No.
Most people want it to look
as it
sort
should.
of gritty, and because I think that's one of the things with Lord of the Rings, reading the books and even in the movies, is it's kind of like an alternate history.
Yeah.
It's kind of got a historical feel to it, like a realism, even though of course it's fantastical. I think I've not seen anything really garish. I think the closest probably is I saw a bright purple Kamul. I think Pete's got that, and also he painted a Gandalf model brown and called it Radagast, and that was pretty surprising. I think he's literally got the grey. He's got the same model 3 times, I think, or twice, and he's got one white, one grey, and one brown. I know, shame on you, Pete.
Poor form. Poor hobby.
Poor form.
Poor hobby. Next question is from Thomas Macklin too. No, it's just Thomas Macklin. Did it again.
We're going to do this because we printed them out on the sheet.
If you have a look here. Oh, it might be back to front. I should flip around.
No,
hopefully you can see the names there. It says like Thomas Macklin 2 days ago, but the 2 is right next to the name.
Yeah.
So apologies.
We're both getting confused.
Thanks guys for the answer and another great Q&A. My question this week is how many models can you include in a mounted warband? You can answer this.
You can include up to 12 models in any warband.
Yeah. Doesn't matter, there can be 12 monsters.
Yeah, 12 monsters, as long as they're not sort of independent.
Yeah.
Thanks,
and keep up the good work. See you in April. #earlybird.
And he's hashtagging early bird because all of our early bird tickets for the Desolation of Stockholm
sold out in a day.
Bump. 1 an hour.
Just gone.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now
amazing.
It's down to you guys now that we've hit the early bird targets. Remember, it's not that much more for the normal ticket. I know some of you are travelling from quite far, and remember there are a lot of perks to come in. So, you get a £5 Element Games voucher.
Yep, just for turning up.
Just for turning up. So imagine that's £5 coming off your total cost, and there is a prize for everyone.
Yeah. So we unlocked with the other birds selling out so quickly. We never expected a day, did we? You might.
I was a bit more optimistic.
You're optimistic for me.
Well, I have faith in our subscribers. I know that they want to support us.
Yeah, well, you are like the optimistic one. I'm the pessimistic. So we have unlocked the prize draw, the Lucky Dip. So everyone who turns up gets a model of some description. But now for every sort of additional 10 that we get,
some great prizes. I've got some of them downstairs in the cellar. You're talking about like boxes of Palace Guard or box of Mirkwood Rangers,
Dale Warriors, and if we somehow manage to get 40, so 40 additional on top of the early birds, we're going to include the entire Barrels Out of Bond set.
Now this needs to be done before the 15th of March, so we've got a good idea, because of course there's an investment involved in getting prizes. Yeah. So I would recommend get those tickets booked up now.
Yeah.
Get them booked up now. Don't delay. And if you're looking, I know a lot of people have said we've looked at flights, because a lot of people come from across the world to this. Looked at flights. Where can we get hotels? There are hotels over the road from North West Gateshead. Just type in Stockport or hotels near Stockport Station, Greater Manchester. Yeah, they will come up.
Okay, next one is from Churchill Master.
Churchill Master. Churchill Master. I bet he's buzzing off this. He loves it.
Do stats and rules for Thranduil. Are Thranduil's rules and stats different between Hobbit and Lord of the Ring? If so, which version is better? You guys are amazing. Keep up the good work, and as always, cheers from Poland.
It's war gear, isn't it? You've got a war gear
Yes,
option.
the one from Lord of the Rings is equipped with his elven cloak and his bow, and you pay for the points of them, and you've got no choice in it. In the Mirkwood list, the new one from the Hobbits, you've got the choice to buy the elven cloak and the bow, so he starts a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, and another thing to consider, of course, if you get the new Thranduil, then it has to lead from the new list.
Mirkwood Ranger list.
Mirkwood Ranger list, and vice versa.
Yeah. Next one is from Thomas Harrison.
Hey, Thomas Harrison! Tom Harrison had a great game with him on Sunday. I won't tell you what the result was. He is the joint league leader of the Great British Hobbit League.
With Mr. Edward Ball.
With Mr. Ed Ball. Who's going to win?
Me!
Have you still got a chance?
I've still got a chance. If I win the event and they sort of don't improve on their scores, I win.
What is the event, the last event? When is it? And what is
It's
it?
the end of March.
End of March. And where is it?
It's down in... It's not East Grinstead, it's Titans Wargaming.
Titans Wargaming. How many points?
Points? I think it's 400 or 350.
And what is Thomas Harrison likely to bring?
Is elves.
And what is Ed Ball likely to bring?
Because it's the end of the tournament, it's Fell Beasts.
He's Spellbeast. Right, so what we need, to help Jamie, all of us need to go to this tournament and we need to tailor lists that are going to beat, well...
Just don't tailor lists to beat wood elves!
Well, because what does Tom Harrison bring differently to you? He brings Rumil and he brings some Galadrim, doesn't he?
My list's a secret for this event.
Ooh! Okay, so
because I have plans, sneaky plans.
Let's all tailor against Ed Ball and Tom Harrison so we can help Jamie win the tournament. You can help me build a list that is anti-Fell Beast and anti-Tom Harrison.
We just bring like...
Not that I am anti either of you, you're both great guys.
You're just pro Jamie.
Yeah, pro Jamie. Woo!
James has a message. It was great to have you over for the back rep last weekend. Thanks. Jamie, hope to play you again soon. You too. Hopefully not at Titans. My question, in the Desolation of Smaug, Legolas borrows Orcrist. Do you think Games Workshop will provide this as an upgrade to Legolas's Hobbit profile, allowing him to purchase a sword? If so, 1, would you purchase it? And 2, if so, would you be tempted to put Legolas into combat more often? Thanks guys.
I don't think they will.
No, probably not.
I don't think they will. Unless... no, I don't think they will. And would it tempt me? Well, it'd depend if you knew you were coming up against orcs and goblins, really.
But no, having... Yeah.
Because I know that if I had to choose between a piece of war gear from Thorin, I would choose the open shield all day long. Yeah. I think that's great. You can shield and then make a strike. That's so handy.
We've also just noticed an issue with potentially having these on paper is that we can't click read more.
Oh, you didn't click read, right, okay.
So we're meant to bring some up.
Oh, I can get it up on here because we're at my house now. Go on, you keep on reading.
Okay, next question is from Mark F91. 19 Mark F91. Hey guys, my question this week is, what do you think PJ decided to not show... why do you think PJ decided to not show much magic in the films? I personally would have loved to have seen Gandalf Sorcerer's Blast orcs left and right and centre. Smiley face. I think the reason he doesn't show too much magic is magic's not so prolific in Lord of the Rings, is it? It's not.
It's different. Magic in Lord of the Rings, if you read the books and the mythology, it's very different.
It's not sort of like fantasy, well, high fantasy style where you're throwing bolts of lightning at people. It's very sort of it's almost manipulative magic, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we see the Necromancer's true power with magic there, where he's actually able to throw Gandalf around.
Yes, it is a little bit different. Where are we up to?
We are up to, scroll down.
Still scrolling. Wow, lots of questions.
There you go, Thomas Harrison. He had a read more.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Thomas Harrison would read more as well.
Yeah. Oh, Thomas Harrison was... Oh yeah, but you did click that because you've answered that question. You must have just not have done it on some of the questions.
Interesting.
Yeah, and in terms of like Sorcerer's Blast and stuff, that's obviously a...
game mechanic.
It's a game mechanic rather than what Gandalf actually might do.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps. So next up we've got Mason O'Neill. We might as well go off the screen.
It's actually printed them all out. If you look at his message.
Oh yeah,
and then it's just saying read more at the bottom instead of show less.
Oh, that's good.
Interesting.
So Mason O'Neill has put, my question is, I have an 800 point tournament coming up and I'm using elves, a mix of high elves, Palace Guard and Galadriel warriors, but I've made it a very close quarter combat type army list, lots of shields, spears and fight 6. What is the best technique for using elves in this way? P.S. Thanks so much for reading out my question every week. I check YouTube every day to see if there's a new video out. You should maybe play a scenario one day for a video. We're doing some of that today, or we're going to try. Fingers crossed. Like out of the Free People source books or the DOS. Yeah.
One of the proper scenarios, not a point scenario.
Congrats on 600 subs.
I'm on 655.
Woohoo!
But hopefully more by the time this goes up on Sunday.
Going up loads, it's fantastic. I reckon by the end of, what was my estimate? 720 or something like that? Something like that before the end of the month. So let's see if we can get there. Using elves in close quarter combat. There's not.
Make sure you utilise your. Assuming if you've got Palace Guard and you've got Fight 6, you must have someone like Thranduil in there to make them Fight 6. Make sure you use his Nature's Wrath correctly and do it when there's no heroes in range and you're knocking down a good amount of troops so you can get your double strikes on them. Also, oh, you're right.
Hungry, I think.
Also, potentially, which heroes you have leading them. That would be much easier for me to sort of dissect your list a little bit more.
Yeah, I think elves are definitely about the heroes, I think.
Yeah.
So it's the heroes that you bring to the table which are. Because I mean, what have you've got high elves, Palace Guard, and Galadriel warriors.
Yeah. So potentially, maybe Rumil or Legolas, or you could have anyone from the Lothlorien list.
You want it to be a close quarter combat style army.
So I assume you have Rumil. He's the combat hero from that force, besides Celeborn.
Yeah, well, from the Galadriel, but then also high elves. We've got some great combat heroes. Glorfindel, Gil-galad, the twins. Elrond is good. Yeah.
He's still.
Oh, he's good. He's good. I'm not saying. But you've got
options
that are cheap.
Even Aristor.
Yeah, picked up Aristor.
Yeah, so I got one mic.
So you put here like lots of shields, spears, and fight 6. Yeah, I mean your main issue is going to be your lack of strength 4.
Yeah.
Against a lot of things. So maybe chuck in a few elven blades. Don't overdo it.
Yeah.
But a few elven blades, just so that you can crack some things when you need to.
Yeah, when you get a trap. Okay. Next question is from Frida.
He's got some great questions.
Yeah, great video as usual, guys. I have a couple of questions for you this week, which came up from a battle I had last week. 1. Do orcs in a big pike wall, one sword supported by 2 pikes, count as trapped if they lose the fight because only one friendly model can make way? Models in the middle probably will do. So if you imagine you've got your sort of battle lines here, here's the fight going on. If you lost priority and you charged in here, and they picked fights in the middle, they probably will be trapped because no one can move to make way for you.
So you can't move 2 models to make way.
You can't move 2 models, you can only move one friendly model. However, if you have priority and you've charged in, make sure you fight along the line, that way you can move sort of one guy moves that way, the guy who's in combat moves back, and then for your next fight, if you lose, you can shift to the side.
Yeah.
And you can start to do this weird little Tetris thing where you shift you along and get everyone out of the way.
Yeah, if you've got the priority to choose. That's interesting because that came up in the Me vs JT bat rep, which hasn't gone up yet. Oh no, it will have gone up by the time
this goes up.
Would have gone up, and I think that he was actually moving. He was moving 2 to make way.
Yeah, you can move one model. Even if
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
so.
okay, so that's good.
So that's a big disadvantage of pikes then.
Yes, yeah. That's why generally you don't really see them that much because, well, one, it's expensive to have a troop paying for an extra attack and not being in the fight, but also because you do trap your model at the front. Next question: can a pikeman support a pro model with a pike supporting a fighting model?
So what he means is,
so
there's
if
a fighting
you've got
model.
a fighting model, then a model lying down, and then no, I would say.
No.
Pikes work by you're supporting a supporting pikeman.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So the model who's prone
can't
support
support.
because he's not in base to base, he's on the floor. So you wouldn't be able to sort of support that guy over him, as it were.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I think that might have come up as well. I probably did that wrong as well.
3 for hurl. Can I bring the model at any point to my base and throw it from that point
I
in
can
any
answer
direction?
that one.
You can answer this one, yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, that's the answer.
Woohoo!
When a spear support is not prone from the hurl, can he still support the fight? Roll dice in the fight, but not to make any wounds? No. He's no longer stood up and in base-to-base contact, so he sort of loses his ability to support. 5. Can a prone model be supported, and can that supporting model make strikes if they win the fight? Yes.
Oh,
so
right, yeah.
if your front line is knocked over, you can support them with spears, and then the model who's supporting can make 1 strike.
I've got a funny feeling at some point in my
All
SBG
of
career,
these.
I've got all of them wrong.
I ended up getting 2 battles in last week, my first 2 ever.
Woohoo!
Good job.
Good work, Frida.
And I'm looking forward to getting another 1 or 2 in this week. It was great fun, and I really hope we can build up a local community here in Montreal, Canada, for some tournaments or just a league in general. As always, thanks for your videos, guys.
Keep up the good work. Let us know how it gets on, and let us know. Did you win? That's what I want to. Did you win? That's what it's all about.
So I really want to go to Canada at some point as well.
Me too.
Yeah.
Go see the mini Wargaming, guys.
Yeah. Next one is from Callum Winfield. Great vids, guys. I just want to say thanks for the great videos and really helping this hobby. Here's my question: are you planning on getting the Smaug that Forge World are hinted to make? I think I have hinted at Forge World making Smaug.
Yeah, I didn't think that Forge will do it, but a lot of people. This rumour is building up, building up, building up, isn't it?
It is.
You might be right.
Yes, that
Makes a change.
Hope to God. Whoa.
I'm joking. I think we would get it for the channel.
Probably 1, yeah.
Yeah.
1.
I think the
Forge Worlds.
What you're going to see now is like Jamie and I are like it's like an SBG marriage, like a wargaming marriage, in that a lot of the new stuff that we'll probably get will be shared.
It's a
For
channel.
the channel. For the channel. And should we ever split, it'll be like 50-50. Well,
Just
I'll take Schmaug, you can take the Lake Town.
Whoa.
And stuff like that.
My lawyer will be in touch.
My lord, yeah. But you cheated on me.
It's true.
With Mr. Braun.
Mr. Braun's a much better gamer. Just saying.
Oh.
Next one's from that guy 513.
I'll read this one out.
Okay.
Okay. Hey guys, a friend and I are going to play a to-the-death game of the 9 named Wraiths on foot-mounted horse Witch King with crown versus the White Council. Gandalf, Saruman, Thranduil, Galadriel, Glorfindel, Elrond, Radagast and 2 others. Points dependent. I wanted to ask your opinions on the outcome of this game. Just that bit.
Yeah, I'd give it to the White Council.
Yeah?
Yeah.
More points.
Well, assuming you've got a similar level of points, because I reckon if these guys 120 points each, there's 9 of them, and Witch King with
Yeah,
crown.
and if they're mounted, that's another 10, or
Yeah.
armoured horses, another 15.
So I reckon it'll be similar points levels. I just think the White Council have the combat ability.
Are you taking any fell beasts?
No, they don't have it. They're on foot or mounted on horse.
Oh, right, okay.
So I think I'd give it to the
If you
White
could put them
Council.
on fell beasts, what do you think?
Then it probably swings back to the Wraiths.
What to think about. The rest of the question was, my opponent, the Wraith player, assures us that it is a balanced game, but I'm certain that the White Council cannot hold off all 9 named Wraiths at once without troops for support to tie them up, negate their magic use. We plan to match points and field minimal support as needed. However, in what way do you believe this can be an even match? Well, obviously one of the best ways of making sure it's an even match is if you've got match points.
Yeah. I wouldn't be too worried. I mean,
How would you take them on? There's some great heroes in that White Council.
yeah.
Gandalf,
So-
Saruman.
Saruman, it depends entirely on. It's to the death. So you get points for breaking and killing the general. Chances are, as the White Council, your general might go down quite quickly. Because they can just black dart him until he's gone, and then that's 3 VPs. Assuming the Witch King is. I think you just got to sorcerer's blast them about. Just cast magic at them, make them use their will for things they don't want to use it for. Because they're going to have to get in combat eventually. They can't magic you to death. And, I mean, the White Council gain the one-off purpose special rule, don't forget this. You gain +1 to your resisting spells. So if they roll a 6 to resist, or to cast something, you only need to roll a 5, really, to bring it back up to that 6. So
I'd really like to see that matchup. Maybe we should do it for the channel sometime.
Bagsy White Council.
Okay, well,
Is he
Tom
coming-
Harrison was teaching me how to use a Wraith.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, that was really, really, really good to learn because I've
Yeah,
never done it or played against it before, I don't think.
No, you've ever.
Oh, well, I have.
Yeah.
I have actually, but it was not in as much as supporting or more combat kind of guys. Come on, and Night Bumba. Next up, Frank Farmer. I just wanted to ask: is the Harrod Mumakil worth the money? And what is a good starting army, preferably less than £100? Keep up the videos. Also, what is the most fun skirmish battle you have played in?
I don't particularly rate them on my kill.
I think the massive downside of it is it's and as well as being obviously a big point thing, is its inability to sort of enter terrain. So if you've got any terrain on there, you're pretty safe. And there's a couple of battle reports where you can see this.
Yeah, I mean,
check the backlog.
Yeah, because you've got your one versus the Radron Force where you just hide in the building. And
I realised part way through. Hang on a minute, I've got this nailed.
Yeah.
Just go inside the building.
And there's me with Legolas in the Howdah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the cinematic. That's
cinematic. But eventually, I'm thinking, oh, I can't really kill it now, so I'm just going to hide in the woods and shoot it. And he has to sort of just run away.
And what is a good starting army, preferably less than £100? Well, to be fair, in strategy battle game, you could probably get, let's say your army is 500 points.
Yeah.
It's a good sort of standard level. You can get a lot of armies for under £100.
Yeah, I mean, if you pick up the four boxes of warriors, well, 3 boxes of warriors, I think he'll do.
Easy.
3 boxes of warriors. Caught that at about £18 a box nowadays, average.
Go on eBay. Or
Yeah, but
Element Games discounts.
Yeah, just thinking Games Workshop prices, because that's your worst case scenario. Unfortunately, it is. So that's what 54 for the troops, and then you want 3 heroes. You can probably pick them up in a command pack. So you're looking about 24. So you can buy easily an army under £100, and then you got to get all your paints and things as well.
Yeah,
it's
a relatively cheap hobby to start, but as we're learning to maintain a channel, it's a lot more expensive. Yeah. Ooh. Speaking of which, you've got a message back.
Steve. Hello. Yeah, good, thanks. I'm actually at James's. We're recording the Q&A, so I'll probably meet you at...
It's Steve.
It's Steve. Okay, cool. We'll probably still be here at James's. Okay, cool. Yeah, sweet. I've got your stuff in my bag as well, by the way. Cool. Alright, see you in a bit. Bye. Apologies.
We've been rallying everybody together for today. We've got lots of content to make. What is the most fun skirmish battle you've played in? Most fun?
Most fun. Probably the middle left of these warbands. I'm really enjoying these.
Because you're winning them.
Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons.
Yeah, because
just in general, I just enjoy sort of the very small things that you can do that influence the game, like going 1-on-1 against a dwarf warrior and deciding to faint. It's a great idea.
Oh, that was a proper brain dead moment. But it's the little moments that make it. I really enjoyed. I've really enjoyed all of the games that we've had. Actually, really
very close and very tense as well.
There's a lot at stake. Apart from the one at the tournament.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's not really a game.
That was a no game.
That was a no game. And Tom Harrison, that was a good game. But some really good games.
Yeah.
Really fun games.
Next up, the Cramjan Triangle. You know what, this Cramjan Triangle, this name was in my head whilst I was at work the other day.
It's a really catchy name.
Cramjan Triangle. Cramjan.
Cramjan.
Hi guys, nice to see all this content. 3 videos on Saturday. Well done, James.
I'm a video making machine.
What are your views on the source books? Is it worth getting them even if you don't have the models for the source books? Yes.
Yes.
Just so you know the points, know your enemy.
I've got all of them. Well worth it. And one of the best bits about this hobby, and I'm sure you'll agree, it's just list building in theory.
Yeah.
Even if you've not got the models.
Theoretical list building is really fun.
It's really fun. Really fun.
Also, what are your views on Guards of the Gladron Court and their pikes compared to a normal High Elf warrior? Accounts for point difference. I like them. I have bought 8 of them.
I wonder why.
I also have 3 more at home, so I've got 11.
I wonder why.
I got 11 in total.
I wonder why.
I like them because they're...
What am I doing an impression of?
A chicken? Yeah, there's those Middle Earth chickens. I think the Fight 6 obviously trumps a regular High Elf warrior. High Elf warrior gets it in defence because they got the shield. Courage goes to the Gods, Gods and Cooks, Courage 6. They can also shield with their pikes.
Oh, that's good. So like a Wood Elf.
Like a Wood Elf spear, yeah.
That's good.
And I think just the fact that they can support and be fight 6 and give fight value to a fight that they are supporting is just a major benefit.
Yeah, I came up against them for the first time at the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Against Tom Harrison.
They can be really.
Not saying anything.
They can be really annoying. Because like, let's say you charge in with the Dark Marshal, you go, well, that support of no equal your fights. Yeah.
Did it happen? Did it not happen?
Yeah, it totally happened.
Wait and see.
Totally happened.
Because
He's not like
I've sussed out that Jamie has not been watching all of our. I watch all of our videos. Is that really sad? It's not just to see ourselves on camera. It's because it gets tons of paint. No, and do you know what? I get tons of washing up done doing the videos. If I'm doing the washing up, I put our channel up and I do the washing up. You obviously don't do enough washing up in your life.
We've got a dishwasher.
I'm well jealous. I'm always doing the washing up. I watch them. So anyway, I'm not telling.
We got 20 minutes.
We're doing great. We're doing great. We're doing great.
3 more pages, 4 more pages.
20 more pages, this.
4 more pages of questions.
So anyway, I'm not telling Jamie the results of any of my battles anymore to force him to watch the videos. So you all have to wait and see to see what happened. Me versus Tom Harrison, GBHL, joint league leader. I'd like to emphasise that point. And he'd be joint league leader for a reason.
Just beat you.
Did he not?
Yeah, he totally did.
Next one. Is your money on him?
Yeah. Next one is Ryan McConnell. Hey guys, thanks for the advice. I ended up taking Thorin instead of Dwalin, and he managed to take down Gwahir in the end, and I won the game.
Woohoo!
Yes.
GBHL channel advice.
My first question. Everyone likes to ask multiple questions. My first question for this week is: if 2 bat swarms charge an enemy model, is that model's fight halved twice?
No.
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 Or does
Did I get it right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Good.
Or does it not stack? My second it doesn't stack now. So you wouldn't go from like fight 7 to fight 3.5 up to 4th and then fight 2. It would just be down to fight 3.
Oh, the next question is well for me.
Let's skip to the next one then. My second question is: what Rohan hero is good to take in a 500-point battle? I like the idea of Ael the Young leading some Sons of Ael and taking Aelmir Knight of the Pelennor, but was wondering if Erkenbrand is worth taking.
Yeah, Erkenbrand is worth taking all day long. He's fantastic. For one, if you've got the upgrades to Westfold Red Shield, depends who you're up against. If you're up against elves and stuff, something like that, obviously it doesn't matter.
Don't list Taylor, just write a list and play with it.
Yeah, well, that's
unless you're going to.
Well, every time I've played against your
You've used
elves,
them, yeah.
I've used Westfold Red Shields, even though the upgrade is worth it. That's because that's what I would be taking to a tournament. Yeah. So for that and for his +2 courage horn, fantastic. And you've got the same courage as elves.
Dirt cheap and
it's cheap.
3 mites.
3 might, 2 wounds on his foot is very, very good. So Erkenbrand, I take Erkenbrand and Aemma, Knight of the Pelennor, so I've got a beastie hero. Yeah. But Ael is great. Rohan's got some great cheap heroes.
Yeah, it does. Erkenbrand is worth taking. Next question, I'll let you answer this one. Edward Ball, Mr. Ball himself. If you're going to write an army list for me to take to any tournament, what would it be and why?
Well, if I was going to write a list for you, I would write something that was, and going to take to a tournament and why. I would write something that was really easy to beat for the tournament that you're going up against to give Jamie a chance of winning the league. What would be really easy to take down and not very
All
good?
foot Rohan.
All foot Rohan, yeah. All foot Rohan.
I would like to see you use Ed. Just a standard army.
Let's see how he gets on with just a standard army, like an Arnor.
Like sort of a Gondor force or a Rohan force or even a Wood Elf or High Elf force, and just see not hobbits, because hobbits are just the horde force. They're the complete opposite of your ring wraiths, but that sort of
which are very good in some scenarios, obviously.
Yeah.
Especially for tournament points.
Yeah. Which is why you took them.
I'm sure Ed brought 3 armies on the day and then chose which one he was going to play with on the day.
Yeah.
He did. He did. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, I'd like to see how we get on with all mounted Rohan.
Yeah.
See if you are a tactical genius.
Next question is from Lucas Gervin. Thanks for the video. I have my tournament on Saturday. Didn't make the scenario. Oh, he didn't make the scenarios, but the army is good for them.
Yeah, small elite army. Yeah.
I will say you how I have won.
I don't know.
He's going to try and win. 22 players, 3 battles, big chance for a draw.
Well, yeah. There is a big 3 battles.
Oh, for like a draw and win? Yeah, essentially. 3 battles isn't too tough to win. That's tournaments, yeah.
Good luck. Let us know how you get on, Lucas. We want to hear if you won or not.
Davey MC Shearer. Love the higher quality video.
Do you read that as Davey MC Shearer or Davey McShearer?
Oh, that's it, as MC Shearer, yeah. Probably Davey McShearer makes more sense.
MC Shearer.
MC Shearer.
He might be right.
I doubt it. No, it's like someone's name. Love how the higher quality video at the start suddenly switched to lower quality horror movie style camera. That made it look like an axe murderer would sneak up at any moment. Yeah.
Feels like it in that Scout Hut as well.
It does. Ding! What?
Yeah, we had camera and we lost, what, 30 minutes of question?
30 minutes of footage. It was so annoying. I was like, you know, when I uploaded it, I was like, wait, what's the end of this video? Okay. And, oh, no, lost.
And one of the reasons for that is because Jamie, every single time he brings his camera up, forgets to bring a charger. Like, nearly every single time. Yeah. Today he's forgotten his charger. So we're filming this on my iPhone.
We're at your house and you can just plug it up. Where was I up to?
Make sure.
Anyway, I was wondering if there is any rule against pre-measuring distances in the Hobbit. No, you're free to pre-measure. Always have been in Lord of the Rings as well. Back when Fantasy and 40k were no pre-measuring, you can always pre-measure Lord of the Rings. Yeah. It's one of the sort of really bonuses that it has. But now everything can pre-measure. If I may, what do you guys think of Nazûl? Is it worth putting him on a Warg? I quite like the idea of it. Well, which one was Nazûl? Is that the bow one? Who gets the 3-point map to shoot?
Maybe.
That's not a good enough answer, really, is it? If you could get your rule book.
Do you want me to? He won't be in the rule book. I can get up the.
Of course, you've got the.
Yeah, I've not got the big rule book. You've got the big rule book with you, or?
Not with me, so
it's
too much of a tome to drag
we
around.
shall have a little look now. So we'll go onto the Games Workshop site, and you can get the profiles up for free, which is a really good thing.
Yep. The heroes and villains.
What do you think about Games Workshop stocks falling by 24%?
It's crazy.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, I was tempted to buy some.
Buy some stocks.
Mm-hmm.
When do you think it will go back up? When do you think they'll be in a long decline?
Well, it might decline a little bit more, but I reckon it will go back up eventually. I don't see Warhammer and Warhammer Fantasy disappearing anytime soon.
If you look back over their finances over the last few years, whilst their profits were increasing, it's because they're increasing the cost of the stock. Yeah. But their customer base is less than half of what it was, and that is worrying. It's because they focused on Fantasy and Warhammer 40k in particular. That's allowed other
companies to shoot right, so like Fantasy Flight,
to take bites,
Privateer Press.
So all of those games because they were the market, weren't they?
Yeah.
And because they've got they're all specialist games that run supported now. It's allowed a lot of other. Gosh, it's taking a while to. Oh, it's because I'm uploading JT Batrep at the moment, so the internet's really slow.
Down. Yeah, I get that as well.
But Nazûl, I'll tell you what, we'll come back to that.
We'll come back to Nazûl's question. Next one is from Haldir88. Thanks for the answers. I live in Switzerland, and my question: which model would you really like, but you haven't got? Gildor.
I've got a Gildor.
Yeah, but you put them on the trade boards. Let them be black. If I can just borrow yours if need be.
You can do, yeah. You can borrow mine anytime you want.
Thanks.
It's okay. But if you would like to buy one off of me, I'm happy to sell him for at least £120. No. I really like Radagast on Slay, just for giggles, really. Next up,
Ed Ball again.
Hi Ed.
Hi Ed. I've just finished watching the video in its entirety. Well done. Congrats. Hobbits did fight at the Fall of Fornos. This is in us to saying Malbeth and the Hobbits fighting together. As for character names, Thane of the Shire, Captains of the Shire, Tall Man of the Shire, blah blah fluff blah blah, thus does not so bad as you make out.
So basically we were calling him because obviously you've got like Merry at the same time as, other people.
Yeah. Merry, Banderbris, Bulwer, Tuck, Malbeth the Seer.
Malbeth the Seer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I did that a little bit in the Thomas Harrison game. I came up with...
a really bad fluff.
It wasn't bad,
Really bad fluff.
It was good. You will see that rep soon. It was good fun. So am I looking for Nazûl?
Yes.
Nazûl. Got a next question while I find it.
Is generic Legion Wargaming. Does movement affect magic like it does shooting? Can I move my shaman full and still cast, or is there a penalty? No penalty. You can move him full.
You can even move him half, cast, and move back.
Exactly.
Which is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
To protect your caster.
Is this what Thomas taught you?
He did, although I did make some mistakes. I can't wait for you to watch it.
Is it going to be a massacre?
I'm not telling you anything.
It's a massacre, isn't it?
I'm not telling you anything. But guys, I'm very good at building up sort of tension and stuff like that. You have to watch
You've
me
so
versus Thomas Harrison.
Tom kicked your ass.
Well, is that where your money is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Who wants to take that bet? Who thinks that Tom
Do you
Harrison
want to
beat
take
me?
that bet?
I'm not taking the bet because then you would know which
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
Which way it was? Okay, Nazûl. Nazûl.
Oh, I got it right. He's a shooting one. Yes.
Cheap, isn't he? And he's 3 might. 3 might. Cheap.
3 might.
50 point. 3 might heroes cheap.
Mm-hmm. He's got the Hunter Orc. He's not got the Hunter Orc special, has he? No, that's a shame. Each turn, Nazûl may spend a single might point without having to reduce his store, even if there was none remaining, to modify either a hit roll, in the way roll, or to wound roll. I think that may also be. That's also been FAQ'd. I think it's changed. Go on the FAQ. No, that's quite fun. Just on the phone.
You got it on your phone. The FAQ is all to hand.
You speak about his profile there, and I'll get the FAQ.
Well, I think, because I know that a lot of people think that Fimble is really good as well, and he's the same number of points. And there's... he's higher fight. So Fimble is higher fight than Nazûl. Is it worth taking him on a Warg? Well, you get the extra attack, more movement. I think taking any hero on a mount
always good.
is a good idea, because you've got that flexibility then. One of the most annoying things when you've got a hero on a mount and the mount gets shot away or killed. So, is he as good as Fimble? Fimble's got Huntmaster. Fimble's ability to stalk the foe extends across all types of ground. Fimble ignores the penalty suffered by cavalry models attempting to move in difficult terrain. That's good. This even enables him to gain the bonuses for charging. I think Fimble is more of a combat hero, and Nazûl is more of a support hero. So, let's liken that to something. Nazûl is your Legolas, and Fimble is your Toriel.
The change to Nazûl is change the first sentence of the second paragraph to read: each turn when making a shooting attack, Nazûl may spend a single might point without having to reduce his store. So he doesn't gain. So he has to have might remaining now.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. So
it makes more sense.
He can't be 0 might and do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. So I think in combination, I think quite good. Nazûl worth it? Yeah. 50 points.
50 points is cheap.
In that list. I think Fimble's better.
I think Fimble's better.
Fimble's better for the same points, but it depends what kind of role you want to play. But I doubt you'll want a kind of shooty army when you're doing sort of...
Well, Hunter Orcs have 50% bows.
They do, but when they move...
But when they...
5+.
5+ to hit, and then you're losing your 2 attacks in combat.
So then you're paying for a special rule that's pretty good. Paying for the attacks.
I don't know. Fimble's got the same war gear. He's got the armour, sword, and bow. He's an expert rider and can take the Fell Warg. And on the Fell Warg, he's much better because of his being able to ignore.
And he's got a higher fight value.
He's got a higher fight. I think Fimble would be the better choice out of the two of them.
But Nazûl is good if you want to do more of a sort of shooty role. Next question. You know where we're up to?
Yeah, George Harold. I'm honoured to be described by the Triumphant One as his favourite subscriber.
Ooh, the Triumphant One!
Except when you're playing Thomas Harrison.
You've not seen the back rep yet?
Yeah, but I've got it. I suppose I now need to ask another question, so here it is. Does the Triumphant One plan on having a Lord of the Ring themed wedding?
No.
But you could have rings of glowing Tengwar inscriptions, elven clothing, and a layered wedding cake styled like Minas Tirith.
Okay, that wedding would not even happen if you met my fiance. It's not going to happen. I wouldn't want it to happen either, to be fair. We're getting married in York, which is a nice sort of historical...
Well,
yeah, York's nice.
And a question for the hairy one.
That must be you.
Yes. Would you like your wood elves more if they had beards? Winky face. No.
They would look weird.
They look really weird.
They'd look really weird.
I'd imagine them like sort of like if wood elves grew beards, to be like Chinese.
I was about to say the same thing with
Let's not be racist. You're racist.
I wasn't being racist.
You were.
I was thinking of Rupert Bear.
You're stereotyping.
I was thinking of Rupert Bear.
Next question is from Kurt Leach. Okay, he's commented back on it. Because someone answered my question, I will ask another. What do you guys think is the most underrated model in Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit models? I thought it was funny when you guys would go on something... What?
When you guys would go, something is going to pop up now, and nothing popped up. Haha, great video.
Great video. Can't disagree with that.
It was a great video, but it was a great
video.
video.
It's all done on purpose. as well. Have you now?
Your lazy editing. It should have gone up, and in this video it should all go up. I will edit and put things in. Yeah, I thought that was funny as well. I was like, oh, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Jamie did for the scouring of YouTube, and there was nothing there. In terms of the most underrated model in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, most underrated. Most underrated. Well, I think what's been really interesting is when you've given some of your man the matches from some of your battles, and it tends to be the hero that you don't think because they go around and do the other jobs, like your Haldiers and people like that.
What I call them is might caddies. They're literally there just to store might for you. And
so in Rohan that would be Eowyn.
Eowyn and Erkenbrand, really.
Erkenbrand's not underrated though, is he?
Well, no, he's not.
No, people know that he's...
But for Rohan, he's a might caddy. Like, you use Eowyn at the Pelinor's might to correct combat to boost his dice rolls, whereas you use Erkenbrand to call the moves.
Yeah.
Underrated heroes.
It's hard to know what hasn't been.
Okay, it depends on your force, but I think Madril is someone who springs to mind. Madril and Arathorn, I think.
Yeah, some of the whatchamacallums, the... Oh, Arathorn is, yeah. Arathorn's a very good
3
hero.
mights, 3 attacks, fight 5. He's a really good hero, but, you know, it's just unfortunate the list he's in.
Yeah, I like that list.
This is good.
Lots of fight 4.
Defense 6. And then Madril gives you that +1 on reinforcement rolls, so if you, on Reconnoiter, you'd be coming on a 3+ to begin with, then a 2+. And you get +1 to all your dice rolls to where you appear in Maelstrom and battle.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is really good. What about for evil?
For evil?
Underrated. This is a tough thing because there are lots of people who've been in the hobby a long times who, you know, they won't underrate them because they understand it, but...
Yeah. I'd say someone like Gothmog is probably underrated at the moment. Because he gets to counter any heroic action that gets made. For free. That's good. As if he was like Aragorn's counter, basically. He doesn't have to have any might to do it either. Like, it's not like Nazûl, where he's got to have a store. But because he's so expensive and fight 5, he often gets overlooked in place of ring raids or cheaper heroes. But as Lewis found out at the tournament, he was really useful against the old hero force because he was able to counter every heroic move, every heroic strike, every heroic combat. He could counter it.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. What do you guys think? What is the most underrated character that you've come across?
Next one, do you want to read it?
Where are we?
William Point.
Okay, hey, good job guys with the channel. You guys have convinced me to splash the cash once again on this hobby. That's great news. I hope you went to Element Games because that helps us. Concerning Sauron giving Isildur a helping hand, there was a deleted scene, not shown, where Sauron picks up Gil-galad with his ring hands and set him on fire. So I'm guessing that's what Sauron was trying to do. That sounds well cool, and why was it not in the movie? That sounds really cool because it's not in the extended versions.
I was going to say, I don't remember that scene. I think I remember.
Where have you heard that from? Because that would be really cool.
It's not in any of the... Is it in the...
It's not in the extended...
Is it just talked about, maybe?
It must just be talked about. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a shame that wouldn't be shown.
See, this is why I read questions. You get distracted. Read on.
But that's cool.
Wait, it is.
Elf bursts into flames. That's awesome. Anyway, my question is: can a model who is wearing the One Ring charge an enemy?
Yes.
It doesn't seem to say that you can't in the rules, which means you can. However, in the Desolation of Smaug book, scenario 9, it states as a special rule that Bilbo may charge with the One Ring, implying that he can't normally.
No, I'm pretty sure you can.
I think it's because when you're doing these scenarios, it's trying to build up your rules. So it starts up limited, like you can't do things, and then it builds it up. Maybe, yeah. Okay. My second, slightly different question is how would you approach killing a cheesy force of Boromir of the White Tower and Tom Bombadil? Tom can bring him back to full health each turn and cover his back using Tom's control zone to cover Boromir's backside. Boromir, with fight 7, with banner, and 6 might, etc., would be very difficult to beat in combat, never mind kill in one round of combat.
Yeah, Tom Bombadil's that kind of character who will just mess up your game plans. Each time he casts his spell, which he can do, he gets 1 chance to cast it per turn. The 2+ to cast, the model he casts it on regains a point of might, a point of will, a point of fate, and a wound, and recovers from any spell effects they've had that turn.
Jeez.
Yeah, same. Goldberry has the same spell. So yeah, it can be a real tough thing to come up against.
Have you ever come up against that?
I have used it. At doubles, you know when I dressed up as Tom Bombadil?
You had the Boromir and Tom.
We had Gandalf the Grey on Shadowfax. Smells like cheese, doesn't it?
Come on, bear.
Fuck's sake, come on, bear.
Come on, bear.
We had Gandalf the Grey on Shadowfax, Saruman on horse, Boromir of the White Tower on horse with lance and shield, Glorfindel on armor, or with armour and on horse, Tom and Goldberry. we did really badly.
Oh, did you? Why did you do really badly?
So now, for the way that doubles was scored is for every victory point you score, you earn a tournament point.
I would just like to point out that we have failed in our mission to do this in under an hour, but we'll just crack on anyway.
Yeah. It was against special doubles tournament, and for every victory point you scored, you gain a tournament point. So obviously, you know, the scenarios that come up, you can gain lots of VPs very easily by having models on a hill or by running them off on reconnoitre.
Yeah.
And the 6-model force can't compete against that really, but we thought we'd go just for fun. And, you know, forces sort of like 70 tournament points in one game.
Right.
And that's sort of like what we would earn over the tournament. It wasn't very well received, that tournament, to be honest, by the players, because like, well, in reconnoitre, why would we even bother fighting each other when we could just walk past each other? Victory and loss doesn't matter. We're both getting the maximum amount of tournament points we can possibly get.
Yeah.
So it was a weird tournament.
There you go. There's your answer. So yeah, difficult to come. Maybe we should do. I think that it would be really interesting to do like a cheese bat run. So we could do like, you know, Brie versus cheddar. Or something.
I think for this specific one is you need a magic caster. You need to wait for a turn where you lose priority, and try and command Boromir or compel him out of the way of Tom Bombadil, and then just try and mob him after that. That's how you'd have to go about it, but it is going to be very tough and it is very cheesy.
So thanks for your question, William Pointer. Next up we got Joe De Bono. You guys are amazing. How did you get so good?
Practice.
Lots of hard work.
Practice and losing.
What? Practice and
losing.
Losing. Are you talking about in terms of doing the channel and the videos, or are you talking about like on the battlefield?
If it was on the battlefield, I've had years of losing and just trial and error and finding the force that I like.
It's like fighting in real life. Not that I condone that, but you learn more from getting beaten up than you do from winning the fight. So you know, that's why I'm nails, because I got kicked in loads. But how do we get so good at doing this? Well, we're more comfortable now, aren't we?
If you go to our very first few videos, my goodness, you've like rigid wooden.
So what are you ringing, James? Rohan!
Yeah.
You know, I hope it's coming across that we're enjoying it, and I think if you enjoy something, that's more than half the battle.
Yeah.
Comes across. Next question.
It's from Dylan, and I've lost where I'm
Dylan Cluson. Hello guys, I missed the last Q&A due to exams. Oh, hope you got on. Hope you got on, pal.
Hope you enjoyed them. Yeah.
What, your exams?
Yeah.
Hope you did alright, pal. Okay, so 2 questions for next week. What do you think of Warg Marauders, overpowered or not?
Overpowered. They're expensive, but my goodness, hopefully you'll see in the Moria Rohan, was that like a PTS? No, post-traumatic stress, PTSD. Yeah, from Afghanistan.
PTSD.
Bing!
Okay. Grenade! Yeah, don't pull, when you're next to me, don't like pull the top of a ring pull off of a Coke can, you know, when it's empty and there's no fizz, because you just think, what's going on?
I shouldn't joke about it. That's so
you got to, otherwise you'd cry about it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Fireworks night is not fun.
No. You're like a dog. You're in the kitchen.
I'll be I'm always working, taking classes and stuff, so fireworks going off all over the place. Like, contact left, contact right. Enemy, 100 metres, 12 o'clock, rapid, fire! Charlie fighting pets move, move! Delta fighting pets move, move! Yeah.
Yeah.
Magazine!
That's cool.
You like that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, hopefully we'll see that in the Moria Rohan battle, you see sort of what their strengths are.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's quite broken about them is the fact that you can't
knock them over.
Can't knock them off the Warg.
Yeah, the fact they've also got 3 wounds as a model is really nice as well. I mean, heroes have 3 wounds. not models.
Second question, female players, do they even exist? I've met lots of people on different tournaments and different shops across Flanders, but I've never met a girl playing this hobby. Keep up the good work. Well, they do exist.
They do exist.
Some of our subscribers are female, at last.
We've got like a 10% female demographic.
They're here for your beard. All day long. For the little D'Artagnan soup catcher.
Or scent catcher.
They do exist, but they're less common. Tom's girlfriend plays. She's going to come to a tournament soon. My fiance will never play.
No, I've had a few girl players in the past, but they are very few and far between. Just our hobby in general is a very male. It's
Wargaming generally, stereotypically.
It's also targeted at males. I mean, we look at the characters we've got. It doesn't apply to girls who are sort of brought up. It's a very sort of culture-wise question, isn't it? That girls are brought up to like pink and ponies and stuff, whereas boys are meant to like war.
Have you heard that they're kind of? I know this is going completely off topic, but they're kind of removing that, aren't they? You must have come across that in Lego.
Yeah.
So no longer you'll have toys. Well, not everywhere, but toys targeted at boys, toys targeted at girls necessarily.
It's just sort of toys.
It's just going to be toys.
Well, Lego's been pretty good for that for the past sort of 50, 60 years. It's just Lego, and it's not boys Lego, girls Lego. But now we sort of have brought a new range called Lego Friends, which is a bunch of there's 6 girls, the main characters for that series, and they are sort of they're not stereotypical like hairdressers and nail and beauty people. They're
Stereotypical.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're like, doctors and
positive role models.
Yes, yeah.
Positive role.
But
models.
it is all pink and yellow.
I always find it quite interesting when you speak to somebody who's maybe worked in a games workshop or who works in a games workshop, and they say, and maybe they mention your girlfriend and stuff like that, and getting them involved. And they always say, well, girls tend to really sort of like the painting side of it.
Yeah.
And they tend to sort of mention that, which I actually think is quite a maybe sexist suggestion that they were just like painting things and not like war games.
The creative side of it rather than the serious business of war games.
Which might be true because girls' brains generally are more creative.
Yeah.
They've got a more creative element to their brains on the whole. Studies for that. That's not just a. Okay, next question. One good riddance.
Jamie, which front line would you suggest? Prowlers with shields, Gundabats, or a combination of the two? Essentially, do you consider higher fight value more important or higher strength in defence?
You like Gundabad Black Shields, don't you?
For the goblins, I prefer the Gundabad Black Shields. The higher fight value that you speak of here is an increase of fight value 2 to fight value 3, so it's not a worthwhile increase. When you're that low of fight value, you want your defence to be high because you're going to lose more fights.
Yeah, going higher in fight value is more important if you're going from like 3 to 4.
3 to 4 and 4 to 5.
4 to 5.
They're considerations that you should take into account. However, moving from fight value 2 to fight value 3, you're still getting beaten by about 75% of the armies, so it's worth sort of having a higher defence.
For April's tournament, will it be okay if all my prowlers are equipped with shields without the shields actually being modelled on them? Since they will all still have the same equipment, I can't see it being a problem, but ultimately it's your call.
If you've got
them the same,
if you've got all of them the same, and it's easy to, and if it's clear, and you've got no sort of, if they're not sort of more goblins with a shield, which they're not actually actual prowlers, I see no problem with it.
Yeah, if the actual prowlers are not a different model, and you're just giving them a piece of Warg, and they've all got that, then I don't think that should be a problem.
No, it shouldn't.
It's like having your Rangers of Arnor and saying they're all equipped with spears, even though only half of them in the pack come with spears.
Yeah.
There's no confusion there. If you've got like some that are and some that aren't, and you've not modelled them on, then you can't do that really.
It's like some of my Wood Elf bowmen. I just equip all my bowmen with spears. So I'd say it'd be fine because I've done it in the past where I've taken sort of 10 bowmen, 5 of them have their little stakes on the base.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, it's quite.
And I say, well, actually,
Agincourt.
Yeah, that's what. This way it was for a tournament. They said you've got to have WYSIWYG. I was like, I don't want to stick a spear on their back and paint it now.
I know lots of people do that.
Yeah. So I thought, if I break a toothpick in half, stick it on their base, it counts as like a stake, and that can be their spear because there's a point with it. Sort of tedious, tedious excuse. But yeah, I think that'd be fine as long as there are no other prowlers who've got two-handed weapons, and you could go, oh, actually, this was the prowler with two-handed weapon because it benefits me now. That should be fine.
And a final question, what is the distance between Stockport and the city centre of Manchester? The bus fare is way too high, so we'll be walking to the venue. This is true dedication. Don't try and walk to the venue, man.
Get the train. The train is very cheap, and you can get a day return probably from Manchester City Centre for about £2 or so. And Stockport station is
What's the bus fare? The bus fare can't be that much. I know it's quicker and cheaper to go by train.
Yeah.
Don't try and walk.
The train's pretty regular as well from Manchester. There's one pretty much every sort of half an hour.
Definitely don't try and walk, and not with your cases, and especially through some of the areas that you'll have to walk through to get to Stockport from Manchester. Like Ardwick and Longsight.
I'd say the walk is at least an hour.
At least. At least.
So it's a long walk. Don't do it. My recommendation and what I do every day, pretty much not every day, every time we meet up, besides today, is I get the train from where I live in Elmston and get the train into Manchester, train back out to Stockport, and it takes about 20 minutes once you get, about 15 minutes out of Manchester to Stockport.
Yeah, if that. It depends on which train. Some of them just go direct through to Stockport, which are really, really quick, and they're every 10 minutes. So do the train, because the train station isn't too far from North West Gaming Centre, and then that's only another 5-10 minute walk.
About 15
Don't
minutes.
walk, pal.
Don't walk from Manchester.
Are you staying in Manchester City Centre then? Let us know. Where are you staying?
I'm trying to get you some information. If you can get in touch with Wargaming.com at gmail.com.
Sorry. Next up, the Irish Cola Bearable. Who's your favourite hero to use and why?
Legolas.
Aemon Knight and Pelennor.
Why? Because he's a game changer and he's got great abilities.
Why? Because he's fun to use and it's fun to do things like try and charge things, get strength 4, knock things over and roll loads of dice.
Strength 5.
Sorry?
Strength 5, not strength 4.
Yeah, I said that, didn't I?
No, he said strength 4.
So from strength 4 to strength 5 on the charge and getting 8 dice at strength 5 is fun. Though Shagrat does that.
Shagrat Wall, yeah. That's good.
Better and cheaper. Without the movement. Werner's Miniatures. You want to do this one?
This was my... Oh, I've got a yawn coming on.
I'll do it. This was my previous question. Must have got eliminated. A shooting question for evil. When shooting at models engaged in combat...
Oh, we answered this.
We did, but...
Unless it got deleted, maybe, yeah.
Although I'm sure I've watched it and... I'm sure I've rewatched that bit. Special in the way to see who we hit. Is it correct that we don't need to do this when shooting and there's an intervening model, so the intervening model can't be hit? No, there's always an in the way.
Yeah.
So.
We said, thanks for the answer. My question was, if the intervening model where you take an in the way test for can be wounded for evil models, shoot at the intervening model. In other words, when the in the way test fails and you hit the intervening model, can it be wounded? Yes. You've hit it with your arrow, so you have to roll to wound it. So it's one of the risks of shooting through your own models as evil.
Yeah, so it's just wounded as if you'd hit that by accident.
Yeah.
New question. Can I leap from one walkway to another walkway if there are enemies on the walkway edge? If yes, how does this work? Can I charge?
There has to be space for you to put your base in before you can attempt the jump. Well, you can attempt the jump and then have no space and die or fall. But you'd have to be able to...
You need to have somewhere to land.
Yeah.
And but can you land in a control zone?
You land in a control zone and charge.
So yeah, let's say you've got a model here, you've got a model leaping there, you can leap
into it.
Leap into combat.
Yeah.
And is that the same if you've got a barrier, and let's say, because I know that the 1 inch control zone, I mind you, if it's a 1 inch control zone around the barrier, then they wouldn't be able to get into combat if they jumped over the wall, would they?
If they jumped over the wall, if you enter someone's control zone, you don't have to charge immediately.
This person's here.
Is this the defender?
This is the defender behind the wall. Okay, so someone comes in and instead of attacking, he's got an inch control zone.
Yep.
Like that. Can they go like that and attempt to jump over the wall?
Yes, yeah.
Or do they have to fight them at the barrier when they enter the control zone?
No.
I'm sure they do.
I don't know about defender rights. The rule for control zones is that if you enter it, you have to charge them. It doesn't say you must charge them as soon as possible though. So that's why you can do the wheel thing.
Yeah, but I think with defending barriers it might be different.
If we'd have to check the rules.
We'll check that.
Yeah.
Although that's not the question you asked.
That's not the question you asked.
Okay, next up we've got Jonathan Punchon, which is Origami Chicken from the forums. Thanks for all the awesome content, guys. You're very welcome. My question is, what is better for their points, a Mordor troll or a cave troll?
The border troll.
Mordor trolls are pretty tough.
20 points extra, I think. Yeah.
Well, they fight 7, strength 7, defense 7.
Yeah. And the cave troll is fight 6, strength 6, defense 6.
Defense 6 seems squishy, you know, when
Defense
you
7.
against defense 7.
You get a strength 4 model in there, it's running it on 5s. The cave troll can keep going, and it can go up against heroes a bit more reliably as well.
Morgan, Lord of the Rings SBG. Hey guys, great video. You guys got me back into the hobby again.
Yes!
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're doing.
Love it. My questions this week are, do you both see yourself playing this in 5 years' time?
Yes.
5 years, certainly. Secondly, what What would you make the best 500 point Dale and Grey Company force? Thanks as always, and support your Hobbit hobby. Dale and Grey Company. Then 500 points. If you go in Grey Company, then you've got 3 rangers of the north. I find that putting them on a horse is really good, because that's going to give you 100% bows, which you might as well. So let's say you take 12 warriors, 12 rangers of Arnor.
Yep.
With spears, and a hero like Halbrad or Arathorn is pretty good and cheap.
That's it for Steve.
And what
Can
does...
you carry a shield and a bow? Yes, but you won't get...
Can you carry a shield and a bow? He's getting in on the Q&A right now. Can you carry a shield and a bow? Yes, but you don't get the defensive bonus.
Yeah.
So you can still shield, but you don't get the defensive bonus. I get that right?
Yeah.
Unless you're on a horse and you're an expert rider.
Yeah, so you get both.
I'm not getting better.
You are.
I think I'm learning. What can Dale take that Arnold can't take?
Girion?
But would you?
No, really.
Bard's good, because then
He's not in Dale Force, is he?
He isn't.
He's in Lake Town Force.
He can't lead Dale.
Dale's in the Army of Thor list.
So if you're going to take Dale, I'm not sure there's anything that Dale has that Grey Company doesn't have, because you've got Fight 4 with Grey Company.
They've got Defence 5.
Oh, they've got Defence... Yeah, but Defence 5.
Against evil shooting is 6s.
Are you going to come up against much evil shooting these days?
Harad Force.
Maybe.
You're not Defence 4, so all the strength 4 for combat armies aren't going to be winning you on 4s, winning you on 5s.
Mm.
And you can always ally in Thorin.
You could ally in Thorin.
Dwelling.
Yeah, get the
Leave
dwarves
some
instead.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Grey Company and Dale aren't the two best. They don't complement each other as well as some of the synergies would.
No, but if you like the look of it,
Yeah,
go for it. Next up, Standards 91.
Where are we? Hi guys, another good Q&A video. See, everyone likes that, like really by editing I did. It gave me a good opportunity to paint Elendil, and the pictures are now up on the GBL Facebook
I saw
page.
that. Beautiful. Well done.
Any advice on building a 500 point Numenor force with some Gondorian god of the Fountain Court? Would you choose Elendil or Isildur or both in the force? Keep it going guys, the channel is the reason I'm getting back into the hobby and the reason I'm planning to attend the Desolation of Stockport.
Woo! Ben, looking forward to seeing you there.
Yeah.
Would I choose Elendil or Isildur in the force? Well, if you're taking Fountain Court, then you're going to have to take a Gondor hero of some kind, aren't you? So if you can get both in, great, but Elendil is obviously better.
Yeah. But then again, Isildur has the ring.
Isildur does have the ring.
And can be the sneaky
Killer of
whatever you want.
shades and banners and nastiness.
I'd actually think Elendil. Sorry, Isildur potentially. If there's one or the other, both can get to defense 8, but Isildur can put on the ring and halve other things fight value. So the fight 7 becomes a little bit nullified by that, because everything's going to be lower down. So I think Isildur personally.
Elendil's free heroic combat every.
Well,
that is awesome.
that's the big plus side for
Because you're
Elendil.
maximising what you can kill in a turn.
Yeah, but then he's much more expensive.
He's much more expensive.
20,
but
30
he's fight 7.
Yes.
He's fight 7, so he's going to beat even a lot of Elven heroes.
Yeah, but then again, this is what I was saying about the ring. The ring does that as well.
I suppose it does, yeah. 'Cause it's
So it halves the fight value, and even if they go up to fight 10 with a heroic strength, they drop into fight 5.
We'll have to do a battle report where we get the ring involved.
Yeah.
Because I think that'd be good for everybody to see. Because I've not come up against it, I don't think.
No, I've not. It's very rare that it just show up because it is the one ring.
Which might be a good reason to bring Isildur, because if he's not coming up on the opposing force, then
Yeah.
you know. So which army is which? What's he put here? Oh no, sorry, I'm on the wrong question. This army is the reason I'm picking it. Yeah, that's fantastic. How would you get Gondorian Guard of the Fountain Court in? Cheap hero.
Baragond or Damrod or someone.
Yeah, Baragond or Damrod's basically a ranger of the north, isn't it?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Do not die.
Yeah.
He's defense 4.
He's defense 5.
No, defense 5. Yeah, he's got the armor.
Basically a ranger of the north, but for cheaper.
Yeah.
5 points cheaper.
Named heroes, all the benefits. Can't make your leader. Can't take a horse.
No.
Or a spear.
So we hope that helps there. Next up, we've got Max M. Hey, James and Jamie. Thanks for the really good Q&A as always. It's a pleasure. Lots of people like that Q&A, despite your horrendous editing. I've got a game coming up against a friend of mine who has never played the Hobbit SBG before.
Smash him into the ground!
Don't let him win.
Yeah, let him win. Let your opponents win their first game, and it really does get them into the game.
Yeah, I hope I can convince him to start. So which army do you recommend for him to play? Which army is the most fun, and which army is the least frustrating to play against? In terms of what do you recommend to him to play, let him choose what he likes the look of. That's always the best way.
Yeah.
Go for what you like the look of, and then down the line try and make it more competitive.
Which army is the least frustrating to play? Try playing something that's sort of thematic. So try taking sort of a named hero that we recognise, and go for defence 5 guys, maybe a few defence 6. That way the game speeds up a little bit more. If you can feel that he's killing things, he's going to enjoy it more than likely.
Yeah, take something which is quite standard. So no sort of broken heroes. Take some named fun heroes, but ones that aren't completely kind of like what Tom would have done against me with Haldir, and instead of taking lots of things which are really tough. Yeah. And then basic troops, a couple of war bands of.
Try to keep things relatively simple. It's his first game. Don't bring like, oh, I'm going to bring a Morgul Stalker, and I'm going to bring a Black Numenorian, and I'm going to bring this and this, because it's too much to go through his head at that one point. And when you're in the game, you want to know that orc dies on a 5.
Yeah.
And that's what I need to roll. That's
maximum of 2 or 3 troop types, I would say.
Yeah.
With 2 to 3 heroes. Secondly, I too had an idea for a T-shirt for the two of you. Oh, you'll like this one.
Yeah,
Jamie is the Jedi Master of Lord of the Rings, and Jamie is his Padawan.
James.
And James is his Padawan. Sorry.
I know you like the name, but come on.
Jamie is the Jedi Master of Lord of the Rings. Really?
Yeah.
You've been watching our battle reports. Jamie is the Jedi Master of Middle-earth's Deadliest Warbands at the moment.
You're my Padawan.
Padawan? What's a Padawan? Is that worse than the Padawan?
Yeah, it must be.
Must be.
you just Padawan.
I do like the idea of channel T-shirts though. When we sort the logos out, we'll definitely do that.
Have you sent people back there feedback yet?
No, we can do that at some point. But seriously, guys, I love watching your videos. It always makes me enjoy the hobby a little more. Keep it up, mates. We will do. Thanks, Max. Max M. Jamie's face at 47 is priceless. I think this is when I go out to make sure our cars aren't being robbed. I hear the noise.
Can we go to that so I can see? Because I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch these things. You can just click on his 47.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Well, that's handy. Am I going to lose all of the...
I've got... Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Will it open it up in a new...
It should just take 2.
No. It doesn't take it 2 because it's not in the main.
Yeah, you're not on the actual video.
Go on, you can ask the next question, Mark.
Okay. Next one's from Sean Thompson. Hi guys, been a subscriber for a while, but this is my first question. Probably a daft one though, but can the Balrog lead a warband? I can't imagine him leading troops, and if he can, what troops could he have him lead? Keep up the good work, and look forward to future vids.
Is he an independent hero or is he a hero?
He is a hero, and he can lead troops. He can lead any troop from the Moria list. So if you buy the Moria sourcebook, you can find out everything in there. Right, we're at 4740.
Magic instruments. We're just going to check that door. Looks like enemies coming around to stab me anyway.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It is pretty funny.
Well, you say, I'm going to stab him in the eye, I'm like, who am I with?
Who am I with? Yeah. Is that what I say? Yeah, I was making sure our cars weren't being robbed.
If someone is going to have to stab him in the eye, it's like, what?
I also do not condone that kind of behaviour.
Yeah. Next question is from Sam Page. Great video as ever, guys. Should rename it the James and Jamie Show. Jamie and James Show.
Did he put the James and Jamie show?
Yeah, but that's
That's right.
Well,
Like,
it's alphabetically.
Yeah.
Yup. Unfortunately, the best event ever is now sold out.
Well done.
Well done,
Congratulations.
guys. That's the East Grinstead game down south. Is it East Grinstead? I think it is. I think they are East Grinstead, aren't they? I always get East Grinstead and Titan Wargames mixed up.
Yeah.
Because they're both just southern to me.
Down south.
That's not southern accent at all. Our search for another venue has been unsuccessful, but we are already looking for larger space for future tournaments. Fingers crossed. My question this week is, who is the most underrated character in SBG? I always find Baragon makes his points back.
Well, interestingly, we've had this question and we answered it.
I said Gothmog for evil and Madril or Assyrian for good.
Yeah, characters like Airwin and things that kind of go under the radar and
Yeah.
do the job. I think I'm going to that now and I'm going to give you a lift. Is it March the 2nd?
Yes, yeah.
Which is a Sunday, is it?
It is, yeah.
It's a Sunday, so yeah. They saved me a place.
Hooray!
Well, they
Yeah.
need a celebrity to cut the ribbon and stuff.
Last question.
Last question, and it's only taken 1 hour
snuck-
25.
He
Very good.
snuck it in, this one. Before I printed this, it was 2 minutes before I printed this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's done quite good then.
Yeah. So it's Kamil Domansky, sorry.
Yeah.
Hey James and Jamie, I hope it's not too late, you're just in time. One quick question, do I have to take a courage test when 2 models, Monster v Monster, have terror in their profile? Great video as ever. No, you take 1 terror test, and then if you pass that test, you pass it any time you need to for the rest of the turn.
No, but he said, do I have to take a courage test when two models, Monster vs, have terror in their profiles? So...
Oh yes,
Yeah.
sorry. This is very
You read
similar
it
to
too,
something that happened in Warhammer Fantasy. In Warhammer Fantasy, if you have terror in your profile, you never have to take a terror test.
Mhm.
In Lord of the Rings and Hobbit, you have to take the terror test.
Yeah, so you still have to take a courage test.
Because in Fantasy, there are 2 levels. There's terror and fear.
Yeah.
And if you cause fear and you charge a terror-causing model, you only have to take a fear test.
Mm-hmm.
But if you cause terror, you would only cause fear. Over here.
Right over my head. So...
That's it! We're done.
Pick them up my fire. Did you try and throw them and it all landed just on there?
No, I've been finishing one.
Right guys, so that's been another week's edition of Speak Friend and Question. I do hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you do the scouring of and get yourself onto the mini Wargaming video, which I put a link to, and introduce yourself and tell them where you came from. Put some links and try and obviously get some of the guys from mini Wargames to come down here.
Yep, we're 25 minutes over our hour sort of target.
So hopefully you got loads of painting done, because that's what these videos are for. We're not going to shorten these videos, although we might aim for an hour.
Yeah.
Because
it's just convenient.
this is just me and Jamie answering your questions. We don't want it to be heavily edited, or obviously if he swears then I will do.
So I swore once.
Yes, you did. I still have to find it and cut it out. So anyway.
Is anyone...
I'm going to have to put some chicken noise over it or something.
Why?
Anyhow, don't. Support your Hobbit hobby.
Happy strategy battle gaming, guys.